What's the conversation like when approaching these scenes? Was there anything you really felt needed music that ended up just having dialogue?
Yeah. Right. I mean, so just to pick up on the so going back to talking about the horn motif and use of the horn, and that was like that was almost as simple as I got, that little French horn motif on episode 9, and it was really lovely. I loved the way that Peter wanted it used, and it was a little idea I wrote for him, and he just there was almost no other music in this episode apart from this repeated little 2-note ostinato. It's just a little major third, minor third kind of thing. And it starts over these couples, which are just regular people having divorce counseling, or, talking about their marriages breaking down. And we have sort of 3 or 4 little vignettes, really touching little vignettes of them talking. And that's one of the places we do use that motif under dialogue, or but it's very sparse. It's, I'll use a little note here, and then we'll have a few seconds gap, and then and this is repeated 3 or 4 times, and then it sort of finally arrives with Charles and Diana at the end. And it's after this, as this question perfectly points out, after like 15-minute scene of them talking, or pretty much close to that, and of just their marriage breakdown, really well acted scene. So when those notes come in, I hope they really, hit you for 6 and resonates with everything you've seen before. And these everyday, people like you and me having heart therapy in the early scenes, and then there we are in the courtroom with the official divorce being sanctioned, and then it ends up with these great little bit of archive footage of the wedding, of their going back to their wedding, and the joy around their wedding, and and then against the sort of tragedy of what's just happened. So yeah, hopefully that's effective. And not scoring that dialogue scene, it's just a testimony also to the writing of the show, that I don't have to do that. It doesn't need help. It stands up on its own, and that's the joy of working on something like this.